And Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes that 2 raids is an entire creep wave, and there's really no way you could stop a Shadow Fiend farm. They are doing a very good job. Scourge is doing a very good job delaying Shadow Fiend's farm, but it's gonna come one way or another eventually. And Misery is still doing a very good job. Oh, never mind. Actually missing a point blank raise there. I'm not too sure if he was aiming for the creeps or for the Storm here. Storm actually just killing Chen's creep. Not too sure whether it was a micro or whether Chen was using his creep just to harass or whatnot, but he did feed around 150 gold to the Storm Spirit. Let's see. Sven is actually just taking all the farm in the lane, and yes, I'm glad we are gonna see a farming Sven. None of that supportive Sven BS, because it just doesn't work, right? Sooner or later, his Sven is just gonna fall behind comparing to the Morphling or the Storm on the other team, and he's gonna just gonna become a meat shield kind of thing. Speaking of meat shields, I really don't like roaming Alchemist either. Alchemist is one of those heroes, in my opinion, that deserve the farm and requires a farm. And I'm not too sure, like, he's not gonna, there's really no way he's gonna get into Radiance anytime soon, because he has been roaming, right? He's barely level 5 8 minutes in, comparing, Lion's not a good comparison because he died, he's 1 in 3, so let's see, compared to this Sven who's level 7 at this point. So this Alchemist is not going to get his gold anytime soon. He doesn't even have his wand or treads finish. So I don't think we will be expecting anything out of Alchemist other than just an acid spray and just a stun. He's not going to go into Radiance anytime soon. Meanwhile, on the other hand, this Chen's been roaming very, very hardcore. He's only level 3. And Chen is one of those heroes that requires at least an early level 4 or 5. Yeah, early level 5 is very, very important because he is one of those heroes that, level 5 Chen does give you level 3 persuasion, which allows you to get the second creep, and level 7 Chen gives you a third creep. And Chen is creeps, right? Without creep, Chen is just more or less an afterthought. And Chen also getting level 6 is has one of the best ultimate in game, especially against a Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit, as Ian has said in his last commentary where it featured the Dirge. Storm Spirit is one of those heroes that just went in and need to kill a hero very quickly and get out. And in that game, Dirge is a great healer in terms of prolonging whoever they're focusing, and meanwhile Pusher just dies somewhere. Not very important. Yeah, so Dirge prolongs whoever that Storm Spirit was focusing, and Chen pretty much does the same thing, right? It is a global heal, so if he's just using it for a single target, that would be a little bit of a waste. But there's nothing to gripe if you're saving a Shadow Fiend or a Sven from a Storm initiation. So in that regard, Chen is not too bad of a kind of a semi-counter pick against the Storm Spirit. However, Chen is one of those heroes that is going to be very frail against the Storm Spirit. Keep in mind that Storm Spirit does find a lot of his kind of excess farm by killing very weak supportive heroes on the other side of the map. So Witch Doctors, Svens, Crystal Maidens are those very weak heroes that get just focused by the Storm Spirit. Meanwhile, we are going to see this line dying once again. This line is just not having a good day. He is sitting at 1-4 with 19 CS, so he's just not doing good. Meanwhile, mid lane here, we are going to see Shadow Fiend being focused once again here, and they are going to get chain stun to death. Shadow Fiend is going to get chain stun to death. It looks like, wow, very interesting. Storm Spirit going for the Voice Dome first. That means he's not going to go for a BKB first, which is more or less the standard build. Well, by standard, I mean Chinese standard build. So despite we're seeing relatively the same heroes, I guess, and like just pull down the menu, right? Outside from Chen, which LGD HGTY does pick from time to time, all these are the exact same heroes that we see Chinese team pick, time to time after time, and the line just dies again. Yeah, so all these heroes these are heroes that Chinese team pick all the time. But the item builds are very different, as we see the Storms are actually going for probably Hex first, or maybe most likely Lincoln Sphere first. So that's not too bad. We are going to see some little bit of divergence, which I'm pretty sure no one is going to complain about, as Shadow Fiend TPs back in and gets around like 10 creeps. So on both teams, a little bit of an early game summary is that no one's farming well. By no one's farming well, I mean like the people that you want to farm well is not farm well. That oh my god, Shadow Fiend is gonna die once again here. I'm not too sure where those Hand of God is at. I guess Hand of God is not even there yet. He's not. Yeah, Chen is not even level 6 as Chen gets picked off again, or not again, gets picked off as well by the Morphling. So it looks like Scourge is gonna mount a mid push, trying to pick off this tower here. Now Storm is just the only one pushing. Not too sure why the Morphling and the Venge is not pushing. There's really no one to defend other than a single creep and a Sven. So I think that might have been an opportunity loss for Yubo. They might not have picked off the tower, but they would have at least brought down 500 or 600 HP from the tower, which could prove to be significant later on during a mid push by the Scourge team. Not too sure why they didn't. It was a very good opportunity for them to do so. Meanwhile, losing the top tower for the Scourge, Lion finally is going to get some small breathing room, and he really needs to lasted every single one of these creeps. And no, he just botched the one up. As we see Misery actually picking up a kill here. He is 1-4. And he really needs to start to ramp up his farm. As much as I say that Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes that could get the farm, he really needs to have the time here. Wow, really nice dodge. Dodging a storm, but with his ultimate, but Chen is going to use his Test of Faith to send his teammate back home. And this Stormster is going to get the heck out. And Stormster actually having his threats on strength threats, which is not too sure why. Of course, extra HP is a little bit better, but right now he should definitely switch it to in threats. And the reason why is that if you're having a % mana regeneration, like the regeneration item, like Voice Stone, having more int will give you more mana overall regeneration. But if you're having a fixed mana regeneration, such as Crystal Maiden Aura, such as Ring of Basilius, then you want to switch your threats away from intelligence, so you have a total lower int pool, so the fixed amount of intelligence of mana regeneration will regen total of more mana over time. And what I just said was a very simple concept, but because I have speaking skill of like a 4th grade Chinese kid, that sounded overall complicated. As we see a gank coming here, Witch Doctor is in a prime position. Oh my god, that cast is going to be bouncing like crazy. Morphling is going to wave out with like 2 HP, but he is going to go down. He's morphing. No, he's not even morphing to strength here. As we see Pusher getting another last hit. That's his second last hit in his life here. As we see another team fight. Oh my god, Stormster is going to zip in, focus down on the Shadow Fiend, and is going to go for the Chen. His Chen barely turns level 6, uses ulti right before he dies here. Stormster very low HP. Is being chased by 2 or 3 here. He takes the urn, but he does have he's balling up a crazy Pusher chasing an enemy here with like 2 HP, does fall down here, and we are gonna see this Sven. Is he gonna TP out? Sven it is gonna TP out, and these heroes are extremely low. And let's see, Pug is going to go in. This Venge is going to focus on the creep. Should attack this. What is this Venge doing? I'm not too sure, but this Lion is going to be in trouble. Lion tried to TP out. There is a silence, and Illusionary Orb is going to pick him off. And why are there no Magic Missile? Did that Venge actually Magic Missile a creep or something? Oh yeah, he probably did, judging from that mana. Not too sure why he didn't even go for that. Pug might have killed the Pug with the Morphling support, so... yeah, not too sure what's going on with that Vengeful Spirit. But after the dust settle, we're gonna check a little bit of farm. Let's see, Shadow Fiend is at 71 creep kill, but keep in mind that he has died 5 times, so he has lost around 800 gold, and that's gonna be huge. His farm is very slow. Pusher is like low. I'm at 2 and 3. Where you at? Pug is at 2 and 0. He does have 72 creep kills, so Pusher is doing Mania is doing extremely well. Meanwhile, Sven, not doing too shabby himself, is sitting at 55 creep kills. Meanwhile, on the other side, Alchemist has absolutely nothing, 17 and 1. Stormster has 74 creep kill. He is 6 and oh my god, that is 1400 extra gold, and that is going to be huge. Meanwhile, we do see the Morphling at 80 and 17, not too shabby himself, and Lion at 36 and 4, but he is 1 and 6. So I gotta say the farm department is in huge favor of Scourge team, especially that Stormster has a lot of hero kill bounty, and that is gonna transition into a very quick I mean, this is very deceiving, right? It could go into a hex if he farms a Mystic Staff really quickly, or it could go into a Lincoln Sphere. And I mean, if you want the completion of the Hex versus Lincoln Sphere, completion of the Hex requires 2,700 gold, and the Lincoln Sphere requires a little bit less. I think 2,200 gold. So I think the Storm is just gonna wait to see how his farm is gonna be progressing. If he gets a couple extra kill in the next couple of minutes, and most likely he's going to go for a Hex first and then back into the Lincoln Sphere. If not, then he's going to just go for the Lincoln Sphere. Lincoln Sphere definitely not a bad item. As we see an engagement in mid lane here, someone gets picked off immediately. Venge is going to go down to Sven here, so 2 kill right in the favor of Sentinel, but they're going to focus down on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend trying to get his ultimate, does not get it off, and is going to be picked off by the Morphling here. Stormsphere very low HP, dodges Stormbolt, or at least delaying it. And let's see if they're going to go chasing. Whoa, Blink Dagger on the Sven already. Is he gonna go focus on Stormsphere? Stormsphere extremely low HP, but they are gonna whoa, this puck very ballsy. He can pick off the Storm. Storm is 1 hit away. Oh my god, 2 hits away, and this Morphling does pick up the kill. So Mania going a little bit Daredevil there. Did not pick up the kill here, but at the very least, the Sentinel did kind of. Was that even an engagement? Not really. They did lose the puck, and they did lose the Shadow Fiend in exchange of a mid tower, which I mean mid tower is pretty important in terms of map control and whatnot. And MYM is one of those pushing oriented team that really love having map control. So I wouldn't say this is a bad exchange for MYM team. Losing one or two of your carries for some extra map control, and MYM team is one of those teams that could really work wonders with having extra map control. It looks like Scourge is going to try to push at the bottom lane. This bottom tower is extremely low. I can't think that MYM is going to give this tower up for sure. They're one of those old school team that they played against Virtus Pro back in 0.4 AB, which was like defending your exterior tower is just a huge thing in competitive play. It looks like we do see a couple of teleportation in, and they are gonna. I don't think they're not gonna deny this tower, which by the way is very MYM-esque play. I think I casted a game before where it was like MYM versus Fnatic back in the 0.5x era, where they kept their mid tower up, right, around like 100 HP, and they did not deny it purposely, and that is because you could use this tower as a teleportation device, and we did see just someone teleporting in, and this, I mean it's definitely a map control thing, and it's definitely like if let's say you're curious farming here, right, if you don't have this tower, he is going to be in huge trouble in terms of being there's really no way you could rescue that carry. However, if you keep that tower alive, even if the tower is 100 HP, that is a free teleportation thing. And looks like we are going to see Shadow Fiend teleported in, and it's going to chase the Storm Spirit away with his ultimate. And yeah, I don't. Well, actually, after they got that tower, maybe they will deny their own. Let's see if they're going to be denying. No, I think if they're going to deny it, they would have denied it a long time ago. Not too yeah, I don't think they are denying. So this is a very MYM-esque strategy, and not many other teams are doing that. It looks like we're going to try to kill the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit does get picked off, and that was an unstoppable streak. That's a lot of extra gold for Mania, which is going to go towards his Hex. It's going to really help out. Let's see, Mania is sitting at 1,500 gold. So that kill on the Storm Spirit definitely gave him 600 or 700 extra gold. That is going to be extremely helpful. And just looking at the map control, right? Sentinel, all their tower is up, despite this tower, despite being extremely low HP, is still up, right? Meanwhile, Scourge already losing the first level of the exterior tower. Just going to Scourge camp a little bit, they are losing a lot of map control. A lot of aggression is on their side of the map. Meanwhile, going on the Sentinel camp, right, they do have all their tower up, and the aggression is on the enemy side of the map. So just judging from that fact alone, like, you don't even need to look at who's farming better and whatnot. Sentinel, I gotta say they're ahead. But keep in mind that Scourge, oh wow, nice clutch deny by Chen. They're actually denying his own creep using his other creeps. So really well done. It looks like, oh, no, just hitting it once or twice, showing it who's boss. But we are gonna see Shadow Phoenix gonna teleport in. This is what I mean, right? There's really no reason to deny it. until the very last minute. And this is like very StarCraft-esque play, just using a Brood War reference.